Things are going great. Today, I'm having a little bit of a motivational issue though. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this. It's kind of strange. I don't get it. All I have to do is build 2 cabinets and I get paid $10,300. And I'm not motivated to build these cabinets that are probably going to take 4 hours to build. I got to go test fit them, scribe them in, bring them home, primer and paint them, do final delivery. $10,300. What's wrong with me? Here's my drawings. I've got 3 sheets of 1/2-inch plywood. It might take more than that because they're just big enough to create lots of waste. There's a section I'm going to cut, and then the off-cut sections are just going to be too small to use anywhere. These cabinets are going on the left and right side of the fireplace that I built. I will link that video in the description and a card that pops out. So I have the back and 2 sides loosely clamped together. And when you're not in the right mindset, and sometimes even when you are in the right mindset, and you're referencing your drawing, and your drawing could be outside dimensions. So I got it clamped together. I have to take into account the thickness of everything to make sure that the outside dimensions still are correct, because this has to fit in a very tight spot. And this here is what the face frame is going to be made of, and it's just around 3/4 of an inch. And everything is cut a different size. So far, so good. I got to put a bottom in this, and the bottom is going to be raised up a little bit, because you don't want it sunk down on the floor and have a huge lip where the face frame is. And this is just kind of a visual representation, just to make sure that my head stays clear and I don't waste an entire sheet of plywood by cutting it too short. You can always shrink it, but you can make it bigger. I get a lot of questions about this little tool here. This is a Harbor Freight cut guide, and it works pretty darn good. There is some setup that takes some time, as you have to measure the distance from your blade to the outside edge of this part of the saw. What's this called here? The bed, the fence, something. But that distance there is where you clamp your guide. Now, a lot of people say you really need to get yourself a Festool track saw. And even though I could technically afford it, I'm just not going to spend that much money on a track saw. I'm thinking of going with the DeWalt track saw or possibly the Makita. I have tried the kits that you clamp and screw onto your saw, and it didn't work right, and I had to send it back. So going forward, yes, it's becoming more and more apparent that I really do need a quality track saw, not a kit or anything like that, but I just can't justify that Festool expense yet. Probably ever. I don't think I'll ever be using Festools on this channel. But DeWalt makes a good one, and I believe Makita also makes a good one. I think they're in the $600 range, and I'm just going to have to do it. Well, it's the next day. I ended up building the first box and face frame on a live stream that went till, oh, it's a little after 1 in the morning. So I'm going to kind of pick up right where I left off. I was cutting all the pieces, and now I'm going to assemble them. It's going to be much easier this time because I learned how to put it all together on the first one that I did last night on the live stream. It's time for my least favorite part, and that is sanding and prepping for paint. Now, if I had the patience, I would do the prep all before assembly. And for me, it's kind of a mind over matter game that I have to see progress before I can do the sanding. I just get, I don't want to just slow down so much, discouraged, not really the proper words, unmotivated to just start out sanding. So I'm going to use the orbital sander, hit up all the insides, and then paint it, or primer it. Would have been much easier to do when they were just boards. But like I said, I needed to see progress to keep the momentum going. It's 12:30 at night. I'm not sure how far I'll get. But tomorrow morning I got to load all these up, take them to the house, and scribe in the lids and the faces. So they don't have to be done, but I'm just trying to stay busy, using every hour I can. So that's what's next. A whole lot of sanding. The snow is getting crazier and crazier. So I have to set up on the front porch and get out my power planer belt sander to get these things fitted correctly. But I don't know, they're on a really tight schedule. I guess they're having the decorator. Yes, that's why I gotta have these cabinets in tomorrow, is because the interior decorator is coming to decorate. Wow. Ay, ay, ay. It's like a dang whiteout. This is crazy. Well, that's it for this episode. Tune in. What night is it going to be out? I think Tuesday evening will be me fitting these into the holes. Get to see how well I did on my measurements and what I have to do to make the cabinets fit in the wall cavities that are on the left and the right of the fireplace. So that video will come out Tuesday evening. Please give the video a like, and as always, leave a comment below if you got questions. Goodbye.